Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am so excited about today's topic because when I say that this universal law can remove pain from you within a second, like it is a magic trick, it is 100% true. I've been sitting on wanting to talk about this topic for a while until I got the green light to do it. And today we're going to dive into it because when you are in a state of feeling lack or loss in your life, meaning you feel like you lost a person, a pet, a situation, any of those things, that pain is so unbearable. Sometimes you feel like you cannot move forward because you are in this state of loss. And this pain is so painful because it's so incorrect. The feeling of lack, the feeling of loss, it goes against this universal law we're going to talk about. And remind yourself, the more you feel pain, the more incorrect it is. So let's dive into this universal law. It is a good one. Like I said, it's a magic trick that when you are in pain, you can flip the switch in a second. So let's dive into it. This universal law is the law of no loss, the law of abundance. Now, I know the spiritual world talks about this a lot, that we are constantly abundant, but we are going to break it down into a scientific way so you guys can fully understand how to use this in your life and what it really, really, really means on a deep, deep scientific core level. So this law means that you are never in a state of lack, ever. Now, what I just said is we can lose a person, or we can lose a pet, or a job, or feeling as if you don't have something but someone else has it. That is only a perception. Let me break that down again slowly. Lack or loss is only a perception. It's only a state of mind. And it's completely true because it has been scientifically proven that energy cannot be destroyed. It just changes form. So when we feel like something left our life, whether that is a relationship, a person, a pet, we feel as if that energy has evaporated. It is gone. But based on scientific, thank you, Albert Einstein, proving this, that energy cannot be destroyed. It just changes form. It means whatever that person, situation, circumstance was holding, that energy just moved somewhere. So let's break this down. Let's say you lost somebody. One of the deepest things humans tend to feel a deep, deep pain with when somebody has passed away. That person held attributes that you felt from them. Now, everything on this planet is a feeling. So we don't crave or want something because of the thing. So we don't want money because we want money. We want to feel safe. We want to feel secure. We want to feel successful. Depending on the person, it's going to be different attributes. So every single object out there and person that you want breaks down to attributes, things that make you feel a certain way. So when somebody passes away, we feel as if we lost those attributes. That person could have been our statue of confidence in our life. Like that was the person we went to for everything. So maybe be confirmation, or that person was the deepest love we've ever felt. So it might be unconditional love. This thing that left your life is holding attributes that you now feel like you don't have. And you want to figure out the attributes that you feel as if left you. Now, the trick is to go back to this universal law. If energy cannot be destroyed and it just changes form, those attributes have now moved somewhere else. Now, if you watch the episode of the 8 areas, I will always bring them up because those are all the areas of your life. And each area, you can actually look for where did it move. So let's just say somebody in your family passed away. That would be in the family category. That energy now just changed form. Who picked up those attributes? Somebody. It could be a pet. It could be friends. It could be the stranger at the grocery store now all of a sudden is giving you unconditional love because you're crying in the middle of the aisle and they are there for you. The energy is there. It's just changing form. It just went somewhere else. Now, the thing is, and I know it's really hard for us to get on board with this, but when it does change form, it means you have evolved so much that the energy actually has to change form to get bigger because you are expanding, and that the energy wants to move into a different vessel. Now, we see this all the time, and I actually see people complain about this, but when you and your friend group, you're in friends and yada, yada, and then somebody gets a new boyfriend and that friend starts to disappear. And I always used to see people be like, oh, yeah, she doesn't care anymore. She's got her boyfriend. The reason is because the energy now changed form. The friends used to hold maybe all 6 of the attributes in different people. And now this person came in and this new boyfriend or girlfriend is now holding them. So there's less pull to the people that used to hold them. Now, again, if you go through a breakup, what happens instantly? Your whole friend group comes right back in to support you. They are now holding the attributes. As you can see, no matter what, you can never be in a state of lack. It's just moving. And because our perception is saying, I don't have it, this is gone, that's why we're in so much pain, because that goes against this system entirely. It's literally completely incorrect. And it's our job to say, my perception needs to be in a state of abundance. I need to see where this went to. So you can instantly take something that you feel like has left your life or you feel like you don't have, figure out what does this thing make me feel, and then find where it went to. And you can take the 8 areas and go, where is it? Where did that emotion go to? Again, if somebody is 3 attributes, you need to find all 3 of them to not feel any pain. And when you truly find it, when you really go, this is how it's making me feel. Oh, my friend is definitely making me feel that way now. My pet is definitely making me feel that way. It can be your career. I see this all the time. How many people leave a relationship and their career gets better? It's not because of, it can be partially because you put yourself first and you're going, your true north way. But again, the attributes have to move somewhere. So they move into the area that will expand your life, that will make it get bigger. And so a lot of relationships will end because the lessons are done. There's no way 2 people can help expand each other's life anymore. So the energy now has to move out of this vessel and go into career or friends. And when it's in those areas, that's the area that can actually expand your life more. And so, like I said, it's a magic trick in the sense of if you can find it, the pain disappears instantly. And I mean instantly. Your body and your state of mind goes, I see it, I have it, I'm not in lack anymore. The pain subsides. And so if we see it, then it expands, right? So the law of focus, what we focus on expands. This is the thing. If you are focusing on lack of I don't have, that will literally change your electromagnetic field. So the minute we go, I don't have this, your brain starts to fire up memories, emotions tied to I don't have. And it will rewire your brain to go, I don't have this, which then goes on your electromagnetic field, which then creates more situations and circumstances of you feeling the lack of that. So it's going to wreak havoc on your electromagnetic field, which means it's going to wreak havoc on your physical world. And you will only continue down the path of I don't have, I'm in pain. Now, if we log where it is, and you really have to find it, you have to log where it is, acknowledge, yep, that's exactly where it is. This person or this situation or this thing is making me feel what I thought I had over here. Then that goes on your field of I have, which means you will get more of. So let's go a little bit deeper because this law can kind of blow your mind. It is a simple law, but not at the same time. It's also so insanely incredible how this world is built. Like I said, your world, it left one area, family, now it's in friends. You can actually break down all 8 areas as separate own worlds. So, for example, in, let's say, family and social, both of them have all attributes. So there's more than 4,800 attributes on this entire planet. There's quite a lot. So let's just say there's 6,000. In each area, all 6,000 attributes are within it. And that's where it starts to get even deeper. It goes really against the system because when you say, I lost this family member, actually, even though it went to friends, you can actually go into just family and find where it moved to. Again, it could have moved to pets. It could have moved to soul family, right? And soul family are going to be kind of friends. That's actually in family. So you can actually find that within each area, it has a whole world that exists within it. And you can find the attributes within that area. And this helped me so much when I was learning all sorts of things with my other business. And in one area, I could see, okay, my career was going off like crazy. Within my business, my other business, it was slowly starting to go down. I said, that can't be true. If it's over here, it means it has to be in this area also. Because let me tell you, if every single day you're seeing sales go down, you're having meetings that people are saying, nope, we're going down, but over here we're going up, it's going to be very hard for the human brain to go, yeah, I'm going to believe that this is going up when you constantly have all these things that are telling you it's going down. So you have to, in that area, see, okay, scientifically, it has to be going up. It's going up over here. It's got to be going up over here. So you can actually find what does going up in sales mean to you in attributes and find it in that area. And the minute you find it, you actually connect to it is going up. And then guess what happens? Your electromagnetic field starts to change and it starts going up. Now, this kind of brings me to a point where in the spiritual world, in manifestation, everyone says you need to feel as if it's happening. That belief came from this universal law that it has to be there. So just believe and feel that it is. So let's just take this example that I just said. One business going up, the other one going down. You could sit all morning, let's even say you sat for an hour, feeling as if this business is going up. Great, I feel it. It aligns you slightly to, yep, this feels good. But then, like I said, you go into meetings, you have to pay people, you have to see the physical world because the rest of the day starts happening and you have to do those pieces and everything is going down. Your brain is too smart. The sitting and feeling as if it's there isn't going to work. And this is the biggest part of the spiritual manifestation that is missing. It's not about just feeling. You have to actually get your brain to see true proof of it. If you don't see proof, you will not believe it, especially if you're sitting an hour and I feel this, and then you have 7 hours of everything telling you the opposite. Trust me, you're going to swing in this direction. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are. It doesn't matter how much you logically believe. It's got to be there. It's got to be there. You actually have to see it. You actually have to break down. So if I think sales are going down, you have to go, okay, what does sales mean to me? Where is it? Well, it's in my ideas. It's in the build that we're building within this piece of the company. It is there. It's just you actually have to acknowledge it. Now, if you acknowledge it and see the proof of it, you now just activated your emotion. So now all day long, you're actually in the state of feeling that you have sales. So you don't have to sit for an hour and do that. You now actually believe it at your core. That is where you want to get to. So the missing piece in the spiritual world is they're not putting the full science understanding behind it of going, I have to find the proof. I've got to break this down so that my smart system can actually believe that it is there because it is there. Scientifically, this law proves that it's there. So let's go even deeper. The 8 areas I just said, each one of them can be its own entity. So again, say there's 6,000 attributes in the world. Each one would have 6,000 attributes and you could find it. You could find love, care, support, whatever you're wanting to feel in each area. Now, to blow our minds even more, you can actually take each object of this world, from a TV to a pet to this microphone. Everything in this world can break down to the same 6,000 attributes. So let's take a TV, for example. It can give you comfort. At the end of a long day, you're on the couch and that gives you comfort. You're back in a restful state. It's giving you comfort because that noise, it's giving you a show that gives you comfort, gives you connection. You see people. You can actually break down every item in this world to every attribute that exists. So again, it is this true form of knowing that there is never a state of lack or loss in our existence. It's only a state of mind. We are choosing to see it or not. And it's our job to strengthen our perception and really go, okay, if I feel like I don't have something or I'm in a state of lack, I, one, can find it in one of the 8 areas. 2, I can find it in the area that I think I don't have it in. And 3, I could technically find it in anything surrounding me, which means if you actually find the attributes that you are feeling a lack of, within a second, you just changed your entire EMF field to now rewire and actually align you to more of that thing. And that's real, true part of manifestation. You have to actually believe and see it. Now, I always say this all the time. You can have a lot of knowledge, but it's the skill, the embodiment of the knowledge that is going to change your life. So there are a lot of people, and I'm sure many of you have heard this law before. You can understand this law. Logically, it resonates and you go, yes, I know that I have everything that I could ever want in my existence. It's there. Logically get it. It's the emotional part that is not on board with it. Because of whatever we're going through, our system is not picking it up. So when we feel pain, it's actually your system saying, warning, warning, you're not seeing where the energy moved to. You didn't see how it got upgraded. And I know, and I use that word lightly because obviously if someone passes away, does not mean that the energy, that person wasn't amazing, but the energy did get upgrade for your growth, meaning whatever you need next, you need it in a certain area. So a partner could leave and your friend picks up the piece because your friend is going to be able to give you the support you need or the encouragement you need because the other person didn't have it in them to hold that. So where you're going, you might need those variables. And those variables being held in your friends is going to work a lot better for you. And just remind yourself that when you evolve, it means you are starting to actually hold all attributes within you. That's the key to all of this. When you hold an attribute within yourself, you get it everywhere. Now, as you evolve and grow and heal, you start to hold attributes, which is why certain people, let's say you're now holding safety and you had a relationship that made you very unsafe. That relationship isn't a match to you anymore, so it starts to move out. You start to evolve. A person comes in, a friend, that actually makes you feel very safe because you're holding it now, and now you got the better, bigger match to it. Why you can create your whole existence to be a life that is so fulfilling because everything around you can get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and everyone around you can mirror back those attributes you're holding. So the trick and key to this is, and early on, I think I talked about this in the first episode of the podcast, I think. And if I didn't, I'm going to say it now, is early on in the spiritual journey of mine, I really, really realized that I didn't want to be dependent on someone holding something for me. So my mom is incredible and she's always been my biggest supporter, but she held a lot of pieces for me. So when I was younger, she held believing in me and knowing that I was special and knowing that I had something to offer the world. And she was my cheerleader. Thank God for her. But there was a point where I realized she was holding that for me and I needed to hold it within myself because this universal law means I am my own entity. Those attributes I can technically hold and hold for myself so that it broadcasts. So there was a time where I said, I have to believe in myself. I got to trust myself. And I started moving the attributes to me. So nothing was outside of me and I was dependent on it. That's the thing. Sometimes people will leave because, in a way, it was kind of a crutch. They held a piece for you. And now it's your job to hold it and know that you have it within you. And once you hold it, again, that attribute just broadcasts and you get it everywhere. So nothing is actually in lack. Nothing leaves you. If it's moving and you feel lack, you just didn't realize it got upgraded, which means it's bigger. If you think you lost something, it got bigger. So when my mom held all those things for me as a kid, and she was solid for that, the minute I started to hold them for myself, of course it got bigger. I had her love. I had it within me. I had it within friends. I had it in my career. I had it in money. It just started to expand. So if you are in a state of lack or loss, you want to acknowledge that you have not acknowledged or recognized that that energy just got bigger. Somewhere in your life, you shifted so much that the energy actually changed form and you just don't see it. It's just your state of mind not being able to see where it went to. And like I said, I've sat down feeling like there was lack or loss. I would break it down to what do I feel like I lost? I would find it. And within 5 minutes, I could get that pain to disappear. The pain is only a reflection, a nod to your system and brain to say, hey, that attribute has just moved. And this is how you can make your life bigger and more expansive as you grow. I always say this to people that for me, my life has only gotten bigger. Not one part of it has gone down. It just keeps climbing. And the reason for that is this law specifically, I'm very, very, very in tune with knowing that if something leaves, if something changes, it just got more expansive. That's why when at the very beginning of the year, when the whole fires, the Palisades fire, and I lost everything, I knew I didn't lose everything. I knew it all got upgraded. I had to find, and it did, and it expanded, and from there, it just kept expanding. So this is a way to get your life to constantly climb a ladder versus plateau, go backwards in the sense of your mind. You want to continue to feel like your life is expanding because that is how you're going to make life count. You're going to get more and more value from your life if you can clock where things are moving to, where you can be constantly in a state of emotionally knowing, I'm never in a state of lack. I'm never in a state of I don't have. I just have to acknowledge where it is. If I acknowledge it, my electromagnetic field will now start to rewrite that I have this. I have a better, more expansive version of it. And then that just continues to open up everything. Remind yourself that your electromagnetic field is going to be based off of your mind, your emotions, your actions. And if we are in a state of lack, it is a ripple effect that happens and it will rewrite your electromagnetic field, which means it will rewrite your physical world. And most people will go, see, it's more proof that I don't have it. And that is not it. You've just creating the proof that you don't have it. But you can create the proof that you do have it because scientifically it's impossible that you don't. And the only piece that's missing from the spiritual explanation of this is it's not about just feeling that you have it. You actually have to find it. If you find it, then you're in the state of, I have it. There is no, I have to make myself feel it. It's a, I have it, which means your emotional system 100% is on board with, I do have it. There is no question. And now you're broadcasting that throughout your entire day, creating and changing your entire world. Thanks so much for joining. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, comment, or share with somebody that you know. I would like to reach and help as many people as possible, and I cannot do that without you. So I appreciate the support.